All right, now, see, Dondi wanted to show me respect because I'm a geezer. But I don't like geezer respect. You see, I want you to go at me like I'm 10 years younger than you instead of 50 years older than you. I want you to, now, see, I'm the type of guy, I like to chop things. I don't like smoking mirrors. I like to chop down and I like to go straight ahead and get to things.
So that's why I adore you.
You see, that's where I am. Been that way ever since I've been a kid. Get away from all the phoniness. Now you talk about the practicality of the law. The seatbelt.
About the impracticality.
The impracticality. I don't think the seat law is impractical because you see what happens. As soon as you bust your head, you go in the emergency room. My tax got to pay for it. See, if you want, I don't believe in any law that protects you. Now, it takes something like drugs. I don't think it should be a law against drugs. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. It should be a law.
Well, explain how do our taxes pay for seatbelt injuries?
Because if you get hurt, you go to the emergency room, and if you don't have insurance, I have to pay for it. Mm-hmm. Why should you go out there and take chances at my expense?
I'm not quite making the connection.
What the connection is, if you go out there and get in an accident, or you don't wear a helmet, and you crack your skull, where are you going?
You're going to the hospital,
Yeah.
but that only works if everyone doesn't have insurance. You're not paying for everybody.
Well, wait a minute.
Those are just certain circumstances where you have a group. Some people
there's
don't have insurance,
don't have.
and then the probability of a lot of people being injured because they don't wear their seatbelts.
A lot of people don't have insurance. Why don't have insurance on the cars? Then, if that's the case, a lot of people don't have insurance. So what you can say, only people that don't have insurance got to wear the belt or the seatbelt. So you got to make it a law.
No, you just shifted the argument. Though. What we're saying basically is that when people go to the hospital, they don't have insurance, and a lot of times they go to the hospital. I might put the words in your mouth a lot, but a lot of times they go to the hospital because they didn't wear their seatbelt, and they sustained some super injury, I guess, that you have to pay for. Because I think even if I had my seatbelt on and I was in a car accident, I'm still going to sustain some injuries.
Not necessarily.
But it's a high possibility that I'm going to sustain some injury. The seatbelt is just going to protect me or mitigate, a severe damage that I might have sustained if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt.
Right.
But look, if I hit a car going at very fast speed and it smashes my window or pushes the engine into my lap, I had a friend that died that way. Seatbelt's not going to do much for that.
See, you're dragging it on. You got to simplify it. You're talking about what I'm saying. Simply this: when you have a law that protects society in itself, it may not be individual.
That's what I mean. That's my biggest problem. Now you just discovered why. You engage in a lot of cheap reductionism. You think that everything has to be reduced to its most simplest elements, and that's impossible. You can't reduce everything. The world is complex.
You got to work on reducing.
Everything isn't black and white. There is a gray.
No. Disagree with you, honey. The whole idea is reduce it to as simple as you possibly can. People get wrapped up in minutia. Going over and over the same, reduce it. You work on reduction. You know what? The simple thing that when people, let's talk about religion, anything. Reduce it. Guys say, I believe in God. I said, where is he? That's why. Where is he? I reduce it. I get people get so mad at me, they walk away from me. Because I said, it's in your head, that's all. No man, you don't say it. One guy said, one guy told me, I think a lot of you, Leroy. I want to save you. I said, you want to save me? I said, how you want to save me? I want you to have a personal relationship with Christ. I said, give me his phone number.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
He got no. I'm trying to tell you that's reducing.
No, I'm not saying to reduce.
You must reduce.
I'm not saying to reduce.
Scientists reduce.
Listen to me though. I'm not saying that reducing is bad. I'm saying you can't reduce everything in every circumstances. So what you gave was just one.
You can't deal with unless you reduce it.
Huh?
You can't deal with unless you reduce it.
No, but I'm saying though, not necessarily. But some things can be reduced.
Well, tell me, would they be one thing?
Well, we're just talking about right now. I just gave you when we're talking about seatbelts and injuries.
Yeah,
I was able to take it to another level that you couldn't conquer.
What? No, you didn't.
You couldn't defeat.
I reduced it to that. It's in the vested interest of everybody to make you wear. You can't say some people got to wear.
You know what they call that in logic? They call that a straw man fallacy. We reduce another person's argument to its most weakest terms and then defeat him on those terms. But you can't do everything like that. I'm telling you that there's an other way of looking at it.
Well, what's your way of looking at it?
I just told you right there. It's just started.
So what you said should be no seatbelt on.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying some people kind of view it as an intrusion.
Well, tell me what. Tell me
meddling, and it's impractical.
Tell me what's complex that shouldn't. Tell me what can't be reduced as complex.
Let's talk about the workings of the universe.
No. That's
beautiful.
Don't talk about humanity. No, that's not what we can deal with.
Let's talk about
no, you're wrong. See, there where you're going. You're going into something that
you want to talk about humanity is a perfect point too.
No, we're dealing with...
Let's talk about humanity. I'm going to give you what you want. Let's talk about humanity.
No, we got to deal with human beings.
Let's talk about humanity. Let's talk about humanity. All right, one of the biggest things, let's take an individual like Wittgenstein at one point.
Who?
Wittgenstein.
Who the hell is Wittgenstein?
Wittgenstein is a famous...
You see what I'm saying?
No.
You're a man. I'm not into no Wittgenstein. The average person know who the damn Wittgenstein is. Don't give me that stuff. See, that's what I get with you all the time. You in those damn books, reading all this stuff, and you're not thinking.
Don't show that you know anything that I don't know.
I don't want to know about
show anything that I don't know.
No. I bet you 10 to 1. I'll bet you 10 to 1.
I don't want to learn.
We'll go outside. And we'll ask 10 people what Vic, and if one of them know...
Be careful, we're in Studio City now.
I don't care where you are.
There's a lot of Jewish people.
And who is Wittgenstein?
Very intellectual.
Well, who is Wittgenstein?
Wittgenstein is a very famous analytical philosopher. Famous for saying...
But never mind with Wittgenstein. I'm not asking about you. We're dealing with you and your thoughts.
No, you asked me to give an example of something that's complex. Give me an example.
I don't want to hear nothing about Wittgenstein. Tell me what you think. Break down Wittgenstein to what you think. I don't want to hear about it.
I'm going, okay. Let's deal with logic. Principles of logic. Logic is very adverse to contradictions. Anything that comes off as being a contradiction, logic can address. But man in and of himself is very contradictory. Man behaves contradictory. So that's when you try to apply logic to human psychology, it breaks down and it no longer works because logic is very averse to contradictions and it will not accept inherent contraction, which is the human contradiction.
It's just like you reading a book from what I get with you keep on doing this, and I'm trying to get you to stop. Because
because you're a control freak.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, when you're talking to people. Well, here's what I'm telling you. You're talking to people. You got to talk to people that they interchange. You don't get and start reading like you read from a textbook. The logic. Tell me what comes from you as a simple language. Not all. It's like you say you get a contract and you're a lawyer to figure it out. That makes sense. Now you could put all that stuff you put down in logic and this and that, to bring it down to something that almost a Mongol lawyer can understand. Now the simple point is, I ask you, what is complex that can't be reduced? And you got the Wittgenstein and all that.
The human condition is complex that can't be reduced.
What human condition?
Human condition in general, the way we act, the way we operate, wait a minute, hold it. The way women think,
wait a minute,
the way we interact with one another, different systems of government.
Hold the phone. The only reason you can do anything with it, and you cannot do anything with it, till you try to start reducing it. As soon as you sit back and say, well, it's complex, you ain't gonna be able to do it. No.